So welcome back everyone. Today is our third lesson of Russian language. So as usual, it is an interactive lesson. So I send you the link in the chat box. So please click on the link and you'll be able to do all of the instructions and follow all of my commands and instructions, and also participate in the lesson. So after clicking on the link, you will see a window like this. So just click on any icon you like. How are you feeling today? Green, orange, or yellow and red, or just you can click skip. So and you will see everything that I have, but you can also draw on the slides. But if you follow the lessons, you already know it. So today we're going to learn мужской род, and means masculine gender. And we are also going to learn буква Б, letter B, B. So, supposed to be an interesting lesson. First of all, let's remember and try to remember. Do you remember how to say hi in Russian language? Hi, or hey, ni hao, bonjour, salut, ciao. We say привет. 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 I would like to remind you that if you know the name of the sound the sound that is made by each letter, you would be able to read in Russian easily. Of course, we have stress, like which syllable we're supposed to stress, and unfortunately there is no rule. You just have to remember, or you don't really have to. For example, the correct way is to say привет with stressing the second syllable, but if you say привет, a lot of people will still understand you, especially if you're a foreigner. They will not really be angry. They will be happy that you at least know some words. So, привет. Привет. Okay. And today, and actually last lesson, we also learned how to say I. We say ya. It is and the final letter of the Russian alphabet, and it is also a pronoun I. Я. Привет, я Инна. Привет, я Инна. So now it's your turn to introduce yourself and say your name. So you need to say привет, я, and your name. So one more time. Привет, я. Okay. So if you want, you can write your name. If not, it's fine. So я, it means I. And now let's have a look at the opposite of ya, opposite of I. So let's look at the phrases that we already know. So we can say here, the watermelon, арбуз, is saying привет, я. I will write my name. Okay. When you have many languages on your keyboard, it takes a while actually to change it. Okay, this is my name. Привет, я Инна. And after I want to ask, and you, so we say ты, а ты. So ты means you. You. Now it's time for English. You. Means and, or sometimes or. So basically, hi, I'm Ina, and you. Привет, я Ина, а ты. And another person will also say привет and introduce themselves. Я and the name. So let's practice. I will be a watermelon. I will start. I will read the red box, and you're going to read yellow box. Привет, я Инна, а ты? So you can say Привет, я, and your name. So now we can do the same, but we can switch the roles. Now you will read the pink box and I will read the yellow box. Of course, I will help you. Привет, я, and your name. А ты, it means and you. Now it's my turn to say, so I will say Привет, я Инна. It's not very difficult. Basically, we learned everything last lesson, and today we just added а ты. А ты means and you. What about you? Okay, let's move to the next one. Also, last lesson we learned some letters. We were talking about alphabet. Alphabet. So we learned that there are 3 groups of bukvы, of letters in Russian alphabet. So these are, who remembers the name? In English is also fine. These are, okay, vowels. Vowels. So these are the blue ones, the opposite of vowels. Consonants. And these 2 green, they basically have no sounds. Yeah, these 2, they do not produce any sounds. They just make the letters before them, after them, softer or harder. So let's review how we actually say the vowels, because this is what we practiced last lesson quite a lot. So I'm going to mark a letter and we're going to say its name. A, Ye, Yo, I, O, U, This one is a tricky one. Do you remember it? Oh, my cats are actually fighting. So I can say ooh, like I'm a little bit angry with them. Next one is you, and the final one is yeah. So these are all our vowels. The rest are consonants or 2 letters that have no sounds, and that will be enough for today. So we don't really need to, for today's lesson, we don't need to remember all of the names of the consonants now. Today we just need to know the vowels. Again, vowels are the keys to almost everything. Okay, so just to review that, let's say to be sure that we're good and proficient with vowels, let's play a little game. Don't forget to write your name, click on start, and we need to hit the vowels. So we'll see kind of 2 molds. The first one has a vowel, ya, so this is the correct one, we need to hit it. Another one doesn't have any of these letters, so we are not hitting it. Again, there is a, it is a vowel, we're hitting it. So we try to find only the vowels, glasny. So try to do it as accurate as possible, even if it takes a little bit time is fine. U, yeah. Try to also pronounce all of the letters. It will give you extra practice. You, yeah, yo, you, yeah, yeah, Didn't have enough time for all of them. Sometimes they appear way too fast. Yeah, yo, o, a, you, yeah, I. The final was also e. Let's see if this time I could beat my record. Yo, a, yo, I, ya, you, I. Oh, I think they disappear when you hit all of the amount that you are required by the level. So it's nice. Okay, yeah, you, ya, ya, you, I. Money, I lost some money. Деньги, I lost some деньги, extra points. I, o, я, you, о, а, деньги, you, stars, okay, yeah, you, I, u, Pretty good. I think last time I actually did better, but we'll see. U, yeah, u, star, oh, yo, you, yeah, 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 I, oh, you. Wow, so many. I've never had so many. So probably this one will be the winner. Okay, level 8. O, ya, you, you, o, yeah, yo, yeah, o. Time, Wow, this one will be definitely a winner. I got and the time and the stars. And I think even деньги, some money. Yeah, o, you, ya, o, yo, yo, you, yo, you, ya, you, I, money, yeah, you, I. Wow, again, this is a total winner. It's a really nice exercise if you pronounce the letters aloud correctly. Yo, you, ya, I, you, ya, ya, o, I, yeah, yeah. Okay, level 10. Do we have extra? Oh no. I think there are only 10 levels. Okay, leaderboard. And yes, I think this time it was this amount of points. Total Bullcrap, приветик. Я точно буду учить русский с тобой. Okay, that's cool. Хорошо. Please click on the link in the chat. I will send here one more time. And you would be able to do all of the activities together with me. So we were just practicing vowels. And don't forget to repeat. Что за игра? It is игра на гласные, a game for vowels. So we were just practicing because today we're going to learn the мужской род, masculine gender. And to distinguish it, we need to know all of the vowels. Okay. So, oopsie. Oh, I forgot to change here the slide. It's fine. Okay. Let's see. A bit of a problem. So in Russian language there are three рода, three genders. Он, he, она, she, and оно, it. Он, она, оно. And as you can see, the base is the same. It's everywhere letters O and N. On, a, on, o. So vowels, they are actually the letters that help us to distinguish each of the genders. So in masculine gender, all of the words that end with a consonant, they are on, masculine gender. But as we've seen, there are so many letters, and maybe at the beginning it's difficult. Oh yeah, I use it when I'm teaching. But it's also a website called wordwall.net, and you can make your own games there if you create an account, so you could get unlimited amount of games, or you can just practice any games that are already there, but I make my own games for each of the lessons. So we have so many letters, and it's not very easy to remember each of them, which are vowels, which are consonants. So it's easier to remember on the one group. So these red ones, they are vowels. Okay. So yep, they are А, Е, Ё, И, О, У, Ы, Э, Ю, Я. And also this sign, мягкий знак. If you see any of this, you just remember that it is not a male. It's something about a woman, female gender, or it's neutral gender, something it. In Russian language, it's actually very funny because we're a traditional country. Russia, so we have only 3 genders, and you cannot have any gender like I don't know, like you cannot use pronoun they to be correct, right? Like to be politically correct, because it goes against of our grammar. Okay, here, so there are 3 genders, and the masculine gender that we're going to focus today on, мужской род, is any word that ends with any of the consonants. So again, oh, I forgot. Today I did some mistakes. Yeah, so any consonant. So we're going to repeat these letters very quickly, one after another. Please repeat them after me. And we start with the first one, B, 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 B. V, 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 G, 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 G. Yeah, it is a precise language. D, 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 Ž, 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 Z, Z, Z. This letter, if you've watched my previous lessons, it makes the sound Y, Y, but its official name is a short E. E, Краткая. Краткая means short. So y. K, ka. L, l. M, m. N, n. P, p. R, r. It could be rolling R, rolling R. It could be less rolling. It's still fine. S. T, T. F, or F. H, C, Ч, Ш, Sha. So the last two, they're almost the same, just sh is a little bit maybe softer and sh is more aggressive. Words with both L and R are so difficult for me. Do you have a lot of experience teaching Russian? I used to teach Russian in China and also in Vietnam. So I guess yes. So let's look at the words that we learned during our previous lessons, and let's try to figure out their gender. Remember, if the final letter is not a vowel, it will be a masculine gender. So we had letter A, aeroport. So the final letter is T. It is not a vowel, so it is on. It is very important to know the genders of the words because all of the grammar is based on genders. In Russian language, we don't have many modal verbs, but we have a lot of endings and suffixes that will change the tense and basically the meaning. It's not very... Okay, if you just want to communicate as a tourist, you come for 1 week vacation to Russia, it's not a big deal. People will still understand you. But if you want to maybe study or work later, it's still better to speak as accurate as possible. And all of the grammar rules, they are based on gender. So it will be the endings for nouns, for adjectives, for verbs, for everything. That's why it's important to know this. So aeroport, on. Okay, let me get the next one. Another word that we learned is ananas. Ananas. We stress the final syllable. Again, what is the name? What is the sound or the name of the final letter? It is S. It is not a vowel, so it has to be on ananas. So, for example, how can we use this gender? In English, we say it is a pineapple because it's not a human, right? And it's not a man, not a woman. But in Russian language, and we can say pineapple is delicious. But in Russian language, to be able to use the adjective correctly, you need to have the specific correct ending. So we will say not it is delicious. We'll say he is delicious. That's another thing. So at first, just don't think about anything. We'll not have anything difficult. We'll just try to figure out the gender of the word. Ananas, on, ananas. Next one, because we're gamers, we learned this word. Автомат. Stressing the final syllable. Автомат. So can you guess the gender? Is it he, she, or it? Автомат. of Counter-Strike. Правильно. Exactly. Also, автомат is the vending machine. It could be coffee автомат. Could be maybe like ATM. Sometimes could be called автомат. Correct. Мужской род. Он. Next one. Next one is the dom. Only one syllable. Oh, you didn't know about it? Yeah, that's why actually it's funny because basically in Russian, if you say автомат, it will be any automated machine. So it could be some, if you work as an engineer, you will have a lot of different automats, like different micro schemes maybe, or different machines. And it's also the same name for automated rifles like AK-45 or some vending machines. ATMs could be also called автомат. So next one. We actually also say вендинговый аппарат or вендинговая машина, vending machine, but it could also be called автомат. It depends who is calling, who is saying. So next word is дом. Дом. Он, она, or оно. Yeah, Russian language could be fun sometimes. Of course, it is on, because M is a consonant. And actually, it's also written the same. Actually, M is always consonant in all of the Latin languages. Next word, also from the previous lesson, девушка. To stress the first syllable. Девушка. Девушка. This one is pretty easy. So all people, if you see that obviously it's the person has male features, the traditional male features, okay, you can say on. If a person has traditional female features, you say она. You cannot really offend anyone by saying on или она. There is no problem like in Western society. Maybe the problem would be if you call someone оно. It means you think that person is basically nothing for you, so you really think it's like a dirt for you, so that could be a problem. The only words that sometimes stump me are these ones that end in мягкий знак. Yeah, those are some actually exceptions. That's why we have some exceptions, you're right. So first one is девушка. Девушка. Of course, it's a female and it has to be она no matter what. It's just like, it's not what we just know it's definitely not on. Okay, next one. This one is actually one of the exceptions. It's a tricky one. Again, we learned last lesson that an old man is called Ded. Ded. Yeah, exactly like Ded Moroz. But the full word from Ded is a short form. The full form would be Дедушка. Дедушка. Stressing the first syllable. Дедушка. Дедушка. So this is an exceptional word because we definitely see it ends with a. A is obviously a vowel. We practiced it. But if we look at the person, we definitely see it's a man. And there can't be anything else, so it is on. So it is a word of exception. Like another, do you know any other words that could be an exception? Like, because you already know some Russian, that's why I think you can. But it's cute how you guys call old people on the street дедушка и бабушка. Yeah, this is what I said last lesson, because we assume that дедушка means grandpa, babushka grandma, and yeah, we call them that way. But if we don't like them, we just say ded. Ded. If they did something bad to us, maybe they were rude to us, we say hey, ded, like hey, old man, but in a bad way, old man. But sometimes we can also say ded when we talk about with our grandpa, when we just need to say it in a shorter way. So nothing too bad. Everything depends on the intonation and the context. So again, here is the two words that could be confused easily. The only difference is the third letter, дедушка and девушка. So obviously she's a woman, so it is, okay, another language here, она. And дедушка is obviously a male, so он. These two. We only use grandmother and grandfather when referring to our own relations. We, who do you refer by we? I mean, what country from or what language? Я знаю, что люди часто путают род слова кафе. Yeah, actually, even Russian speakers, not everyone knows like the rules and grammar rules, so it's normal for everyone. Okay, England. Okay, yeah, granny, grandpa, grandma, and just old people, you just say elder person, elder man, elder woman, but in Russian, yeah, the common is like more, I don't know, family oriented, more traditional country. Okay, so today is actually our new letter, bukva B, B. Of course, I'm picking the words because it's only the third lesson, picking the words that could be very similar to English language, so it will help you to figure out the Russian letters, to remember maybe their pronunciation and writing. That's why we're going with easy ones. B, banan, banan. We're stressing the final syllable, banan, banan. So let's figure out, is it a masculine gender or not? Banan, banan. The last sound that you hear is n, banan, n. It is not one of the vowels that we learned, so it cannot be any of these two. So it has to be on, банан, банан. Ударение в русском языке пипец. Yeah, that's true. But if you say banan, I will still understand you. So especially if we'll talk about in the context about fruits or something. So we don't have any weird rules in pronouncing different letters differently, like theater and there, like th, or like letter C in English, cat or center. So я никогда не знаю, где поставить его в словах. About the stress, we have a special dictionary, орфографический словарь. I'm not sure if I will pronounce it correctly in English. Orthographic dictionary. And even Russian speakers at primary school, we use those dictionaries every time in the lesson, in the Russian lessons at school, to learn and to remember the stress and also spelling. So don't worry. No, орфографический, this is how to write. Орфоэпический, orphoepic, is how to pronounce. But basically, if you buy any of those dictionaries, or if you have, there will be the stress and you will know. I know people will still understand me. However, when I'm speaking Russian with people, they sit there correcting my placement of stress for so long. Yeah, it depends. Actually, when I teach, like at the beginning, maybe like first month, I almost never correct during the sentences. Maybe if we like make only one word, like right now, bikon, bikon. Of course I will correct you, but if I'm trying to make you say something, to maybe produce 2 or 3 sentences, I will not correct you, at least not everything, because I know how discouraging it could be. Bikon. Sometimes I feel like it hinders your progress because it stops the flow of conversation. Exactly. That's why, like, teaching English, Russian, any other language, you should not correct all of the mistakes during speaking. In writing, yes. In speaking, you should stop yourself as a teacher. Bikon, bikon. The final consonant is n, n. So again, it cannot be any female or neuter gender, so it has to be on, bikon. Next one, again, super easy. B, bank, bank, bank. The final sound is k, k, k. Definitely it's not a vowel, so we are not looking at this too. So it has to be on, masculine. Tenkizi, привет, привет, привет. Welcome to the class, and I will send the link here if you want to join the lesson, because we're going to have some more games here today. So you can just click, no registration, nothing is needed. Okay, let me get my teacher's board. So right now we're going to learn how to write letter B. Напиши means write букву Б, letter B. So it's, oh, very cool. Yeah, let me get it up on my laptop. You can do it even on the phone. So phone, iPad, anything. No registration. It's easy. So we start with the first row goes up to down. After we will have a little semicircle at the bottom. And step 3, we will have a little roof on the top. So I'll just maybe put numbers 1, 2, and this is the final step 3. B, 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 B. Do you have material for more intermediate learners? How would you go about teaching them? I actually do teach lessons like for all levels, just like I decided to start with the complete newbies here, so I could slowly progress with the content for Twitch and YouTube. But in Vietnam, I used to work at the Pushkin Institute of Russian Language, and I was teaching Russian to students of levels from B1, B2, C1, and they were military officers who actually went to study in Russia, and after they were teaching Russian at the military college. Yes, that's why I've taught many levels. Okay, B, 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 B. So the first one is the capital B, second one is the lowercase b, and in different books, depending on the font, it could look different. But basically this is kind of traditional B. And sometimes when we do handwriting, when someone writes by hand, you could see it this way. It would also be B. I feel like there is so much more content for newbies, must be less stressful to teach them. Actually, it's the opposite, because there is so many things that you want, that they have to know, and it's difficult for them to really grasp everything. And most of the books and materials, they are, I would say, too rigorous. They are too complicated, so I don't think it's easier. So you blow their brains by giving too much information. That's why I want to make my own course that will help people to actually understand that Russian language is not that difficult if you will not focus on numerous rules. So it looks like number 6. Actually, at the end, I started writing letter B much better. Okay. So the next letter, that is very confusing for beginners, and actually those who even study Russian for a while, is буква V. because in English lesson it has the sound b, 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 but in Russian it has the sound v, v, like English v, v, v. Vaza, va-za, vaza, vaza. So if we look at the final letter is a. We know that a is a vowel, so it has to be one of these genders. Maybe female gender, женский род, maybe neuter gender, but it is definitely not on, not masculine. Vaza, vaza. Don't forget to repeat after me loud. Okay, next one. The same letter, буква V, va, da, vada. We stress the final syllable. Vada, vada. Again, if we will look at the final letter or sound, it's a. It is a vowel, so it has to be one of this. We definitely know it is not мужской род. It's not on, not masculine, not he. Вода, вода. Next one is вилка, вилка. Remember that this l is hard, not vil. So maybe if it's difficult for you, try to be angry and say вилка, вилка. And you'll get the proper pronunciation. We stress the first syllable. И, вилка. Мне нужно приготовить еду, вернусь через 15 минут. Okay, actually after this letter we're going to have a game for new vocabulary. So basically in half a second there will be a game. Вилка, вилка. The very same rule, so the final letter is a. A. So it has to be either either feminine, either neuter gender, and definitely not masculine, not on. Okay, and now let's say these words one more time and we will play a little game. Banan, banan, бекон, бекон, банк, банк, ваза, ваза, вода, вода, вилка, вилка. Okay, now it's time for the game. So on the right you would be able to write your name. You can write it in English and Russian. It's always for fun, so if you can always click note me, write any other name, just any name you like in Russian or in English. I will write here in Russian. Start. So we have all of the words that we learned today and a couple of lessons before, and here we have the words. We need to match them with the pictures. So you can click on any word and you can hear its pronunciation, because I know at this level we still don't know how to read everything correctly. I forgot that it existed. Wait. Because it's not written correctly, not the word exist and not exit. Okay, so basically have to match the words and we can listen to them and we can try to match. So first one, maybe we can go with a young lady. If you remember how to say a young lady, this word we actually learned in the previous lesson, in lesson 2.
Девушка.
Банк. Дедушка. Банан.
So I can give you help, a little tip. It should be, in my slide, it is either blue, either pink. So it's either
Дедушка.
дедушка, either
Девушка.
девушка. Of course, it should be девушка, девушка. So when you finish, you can click Submit Answers and you can check your result. Next one, bacon. Which word could be bacon?
Автомат.
Again, don't be shy to listen, to click on the words and to listen and try to figure out the pronunciation, to match the pronunciation, because at this level I picked most of the words that could be quite easy for you to connect.
Бекон.
Бекон, бекон. Also will help you to remember the stress, where to put it. Okay, next one. Ooh, this doesn't sound exactly how it is in English, but it's the word from today's lesson. So if you don't know this word, you can skip it. You can go to another one. Maybe the banana would be quite easier.
Автомат.
Автомат, banana, nah, doesn't sound good.
Банк.
Bank, banana, no.
Дедушка.
Mm-mm.
Банан.
Oh, banan. Sounds very similar, so take it. And in the same manner, I want you to finish all of the words.
Автомат. Автомат.
Автомат. Again, it's from the very first lesson or second lesson. Maybe we don't know it, so let's skip it.
Банк.
Bank,
Банк.
bank, bank. And we have a word similar to it. Bank, bank.
Дедушка. Дедушка.
Дедушка. Let's skip. Maybe it's difficult.
Вода.
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 Вода. Still, maybe you haven't remembered what we learned today.
Ваза.
Vaza,
Ваза.
vaza, and we have a vase. So now only four words left to match. I think I will go with today's word first.
Вода.
Вода, вода, water. Вода, вода. Okay, also today we learned another word beginning with letter V, буква V. And here we have only three words. Only one begins with V. Вилка,
Вилка.
вилка. And it is a fork, fork.
Автомат.
Автомат,
Автомат.
автомат. We spoke about it today. AK-45 or a vending machine or any automated machine. Автомат. And the final one has to be
Дедушка.
дедушка. Дедушка. So don't forget to click Submit Answers to see how many correct answers have you got, and also check your time. And you can see your score, your time, and you can go to the leaderboard. Wow, so 10 KZ, you were much faster than me. Good job, good job. So you can always click on Show Answers, and you can repeat the words once again and practice them as kind of flashcards.
Девушка.
Девушка,
Бекон.
бекон,
Вода.
вода,
Дедушка.
дедушка,
Банан.
банан,
Ваза.
ваза,
Автомат.
автомат,
Вилка.
вилка,
Банк.
bank. Okay, you can always click back and you can click start again. You can do it play it as much as you want, but after the lesson, because in the lesson I'm the teacher, so I'm controlling the pace. So now we are going to play a little game and see how well do we remember the names of the words that we just practiced. So we're going to hear the phrase где. That means where is. Where is something? Where is a banana? Где банан? So in Russian language, if we basically say where and a noun. Where banana, where table, where father, where grandfather. We don't need to use any modal verbs like is, am, are. There are no articles like and the, so it's quite easy. So I'm going to say a sentence, where is something, and you need to click on this star and you need to move it to the correct location, to the object where the something is. So let's start. Number one, номер один is где банан? Где банан? So you need to find where is a banana and you need to move your star there. Где банан? And it is here. It is here. Let me see. Yeah, show responses. Где банан? Где банан? Okay. So next one, следующий. I will ask you, где вода? Где вода? So again, you need to take your you need to take your star and you need to move it somewhere where вода. Where is вода? Вода. Где вода? Okay, that is correct. Правильно. So in Russian we can say, in English we say this is вода. In Russian we can say это. Это вода. Or we can say вода там. Вода is there. Вода там. So let's say там. Next one. Где ваза? Где ваза? Where is ваза? Где ваза? So again, we need to move our star to next location. Где ваза? Ваза. Где ваза? Где ваза? Правильно. Correct. Correct. Ваза. Ваза. Хорошо. Next one. Где автомат? Где автомат? So, if we talk about Counter-Strike, about games, shooters, we have автомат there, usually. Где? Правильно. Правильно. Автомат. A rifle, automated rifle. Next one. Где вилка? Где вилка? Где вилка? Вилка. Где вилка? Вилка. Правильно. Wow, it was so fast. Где вилка? Следующий, means next. Где ананас? Где ананас? Где ананас? No, it's not a pineapple. Где ананас? Correct. Ананас, pineapple. Next one. Где... There should be something else that we learned. Где бекон? Где бекон? Где бекон? Бекон. Где бекон? Правильно. Правильно. Где вилка? Где вилка? вилка. Где вилка? Где вилка? В вилка. В вилка. Правильно. Окей. Perfect. Let's go to the next one. So we'll practice a little bit with the words. Okay, 1 second. Here. Again, so we will need to rearrange the letters to make a word. Anagrams. Составь слово. Слово is the word. Составь, basically make up or make a word. So again, you can write any name you like, your Twitch account, any nickname, whatever you have. So we have a picture, картинка. We have the audio,
Автомат.
автомат. So I want you to click on the audio as many times as you need and try to match what you hear with the letters, with буквы.
Автомат.
Автомат. Автомат. So I can hear that the first sound is автомат. So obviously it's supposed to be one of the letters A, because in Latin language it's also the same. Автомат. Af. The second sound that I hear is f. I'm not sure what's going on here. I can listen one more time.
Автомат.
Автомат. Автомат. It's difficult to know what is going in the middle, but I definitely hear this last sound. The last sound is
Автомат.
t. So I put the last t, and whoa! Just by surprise, I got also a letter, another bukva R at the correct place.
Автомат.
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 Mat.
Автомат.
Автомат. So at the end, I can hear the syllable mat, mat, and I know that m is the same as in English and in Russian. So mat, and also we got O by by accident at the correct place, and we can see that only 2 letters are off, so we can switch them, and ta-da, it is perfect. We can listen to the word.
Ананас.
Okay, go back, listen to the word again.
Автомат.
Автомат, автомат. And if we go letter by letter, it will be A, V, T, O, M, A, T. But of course, when you, as any native speaker, when you pronounce the word, you may change some sounds, maybe omit something. But in English, a lot of, especially British people, they omit some words and, not words, some letters and sounds. In Russian, we usually don't, but we may change them a little bit, so it will be a little bit easier to pronounce. But if you say автомат, it will be good. If you say автомат, it's also good. People will obviously and definitely understand you. None of them is a mistake. It's, well, if you live in the north of Russia, in the northern regions, people usually pronounce each letter as it is, so they will say автомат. But if you live around Moscow or southern regions, you will just maybe make some slight changes. Instead of V, you say F, because it's easier, and all of the not stressed syllables, that would also be a little bit easier to pronounce. Автомат, автомат. But we'll talk about the reading stressed and not stressed syllables next lesson.
Ананас.
Next one, ananas.
Ананас.
Ananas. Again, we start with easy things that we hear, and wow, from the first try we got ananas.
Аэропорт.
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 Аэропорт. Obviously, again, I hear A, and now I know how to pronounce this letter.
Аэропорт.
Aeroport. Okay.
Аэропорт.
The final syllable I can hear is ort, Port, port. So we have this letter, we have this letter. If you forgot how to actually pronounce them, we can start with the easy one. Put T at the end. And also O was placed automatically. Аэропорт,
Аэропорт.
aeroport. So I have not much choice. I just have to try to move the letters around, and this is how eventually we can learn the pronunciation of the letters without actually trying to drill ourselves to
Аэропорт.
death. Aeroport, aeroport. The key word, the key to success is to listen and try to match with what you're given.
Дед.
Дед. Here is easy, only one vowel, yeah. So has to be in the middle. Дед.
Привет.
Привет. Hi. Привет.
Привет.
Привет. Again, I know the final should be T.
Привет.
Привет. Привет. I also can hear E at the end. Привет. Привет.
Привет.
Привет. I can also hear V at the end, so it will go there.
Привет.
Привет. Привет. And we have 3 letters, and it's highly likely that a vowel would be between the consonants. But not in this way. So we have consonant, consonant, vowel. Привет. Привет. Means hi.
Автомат.
Автомат. Автомат. Автомат. Again, I can hear it's supposed to be Автомат. Tomat. Tomat sounds like tomato, and probably I know how to spell tomato, right? So, ma. This is actually very funny. I did not think about that before. So if we look at the word автомат again, and if we just cover the first 2 letters, we will see томат, томат. And the meaning in Russian is tomato, and the meaning in English is also tomato. So it is perfect. Автомат, автомат.
Дом.
Дом, дом. Obviously M at the end or in the middle. Дом, дом.
Девушка.
Девушка, девушка. Д.
Девушка. Девушка.
Девушка, девушка. Again, maybe I don't know some of the letters, but I just know that at the end was something with K. And why not to put K at the end? And now we have only 2 letters that are in the wrong position. And after we finish the word, we can always listen to it one more time, and we can try to compare pronunciation with the visualization.
Девушка.
Девушка, девушка.
Девушка.
So we remember this is буква V, the third one, буква V.
Дедушка.
Дедушка,
Дедушка.
дедушка. D. At the end, I heard something with K, so I will just put it like this. K.
Дедушка.
Дедушка, дедушка. So here, if you got stuck, it's fine. Just try randomly putting words around, and
Дедушка.
there is no problem with this. Okay, where is show answers? Or show leaderboard. Okay, wow. I'm still the first. Good. So we can go back and we can again look at all of the answers, check those. Я тут, хорошо, total bullcrap. So we were doing some spelling. Автомат, Автомат. So the final letter is consonant, so it is on masculine. Next word is
Ананас.
ananas. The final letter is s. It's a consonant, so it's again on masculine. Next one,
Аэропорт.
aeroport, airport. The final sound is, or letter is t. So again, consonant, so it is on masculine gender.
Дед.
Дед, the final and letter in sound is consonant, d. So it is a male, so masculine gender. Next one, привет. Привет. Привет is actually a way of greeting, so it is not a noun, not a verb, not an adjective, so we don't really need any gender for it. So for any greetings, they would never be changed, so we don't really care about the gender. It's irrelevant. So gender could be assigned only to living things or non-living things, but things that we can actually touch maybe, or we can think about, but not phrases. Next one, автомат. Автомат. T. Consonant, so it is masculine. On. Next one, дом. M. Again, ends with a consonant, so it is on, masculine. Девушка, number 8. Девушка. The final is a vowel, and we can see it's a young lady. It's a human, so it's obvious. We don't even need to look at the word. You see a young lady, okay, it's she, она, feminine. The last one is дедушка. Again, we can see a picture of a person. We can see it's a man. In Russia, it's very straightforward. So you see a man, it has to be a man. At least the gender is supposed to be on, so it will be masculine. Okay, and let's see if anyone. Oopsie, back. Okay. Oh, total bullcrap. Okay, you were also here. Next time you can try to do it a little bit faster with all of the spellings and stuff. Okay, so for today, actually, 1 hour has passed, but we can practice a little bit more. So I am going to draw something, and you will need to guess what I'm drawing. It's one of the words that we learned, and you can also draw something, and the rest of us will try to guess what have you drawn. So try to draw one of the things that we learned today, so it will be a little bit easier for everyone. I'm eating. It was hard with one hand. Yeah, I know. But at least, you know, and after the lesson you could practice more, because I will move this lesson into student pace, and you would be able to return to it for, I think, 2 or 3 weeks and practice all of those exercises. Okay, what do I want to draw? I know what I want to draw. You can also see who is working, who is not. So don't be shy, and you can draw something in your Pear Deck. Ta-da! Da-da-da-da-da. Okay, что это? So when we ask questions, I will always ask что это? It means, oops, why do I use caps? What's this? Or what is it? What's this? And the answer, we can always try to say, oops, это. And you're absolutely correct. Ananas. 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 Okay, I see another picture, so I'm going to show the response. Going to see here. Что это? Что это такое? Что это такое? Это. So you can try to write like on your slide or in the chat. It's absolutely no difference. So I will write it over here. So you can use the T for text to type. If you don't have the keyboard, you can just write it with a hand. Choose any color of the pen or pencil. Что это? I think it is D. O. And the final letter is M. Dom. So whoever drew dom, please write it on your slide. You need to write the 3 letters. So you can write it by hand or with a text. Dom. Dom. So I will help you a little bit with the letter D, the first one. So we can just draw a little bench, and after there could be another bench, or like a box is standing on the bench. Another way of writing bukva D, it could be a little hill or a tent, camping tent, that is standing on a bench. So both are correct. Just it depends on the font. With some fonts you will see the kind of square on the bench. Yes, and with some fonts you will see a tent standing on the bench. And a very cute smile there. That's cool. Dom. Okay. So if you want to delete your picture, you can just click at the very bottom, clear, and you can draw something else. So I'm going to draw something else. I want actually it to be pink. I'm not good at drawing these things, but okay, let it be this way. Что это? Что это? Что это? Oops, should be a question mark. Что это? What have I just drawn? Что это? I think we're drawing actually the same thing. That is actually cool. Do you remember how to say this thing? Actually, mine and yours, they are the same. Автомат. Correct. Правильно. Perfect. Автомат. Okay. I did not expect that we'll draw the same thing. Okay, I'll try. Let's try next one. I will choose something not that easy this time. Okay. Let's see if we'll have some telepathy. So you can also draw something new. Читер, копируешь меня. У тебя хороший русский. For how long have you been learning Russian? Как долго ты учишь русский язык? 4 года. That's good. So have you been to Russia or have you only studied it like in the UK? Но не усердно. It's okay. Because it's difficult to learn the language when you're not in the environment. And actually, I used to live in China, spent there like 4 years, and also in Vietnam 4 years, and I have not learned much just because no one around me was able to speak English. Okay, actually, a lot of people around me, they were able to speak English, and I didn't really need to learn Chinese that much. But I actually did learn. I was almost level 3, HSK 3, but of course I forgot most of it. Самостоятельно учу его. Я тоже сама учила. Пам-пам-пам-пам. Окей. Вопрос. Кто это? Кто это? Волшебник? No, okay, it's not that difficult, but you have very beautiful handwriting, by the way. Кто это? It's one of the easier words that we kind of learned today, or practiced today. It was also in anagrams. Дед Мороз. For Ded Moroz you need gifts, but very close. So it is Дедушка. Дедушка. Can you spell Дедушка? We'll see, like without a dictionary. Без словаря. Дедушка. Дедушка. I will also write letters so everyone would be able to see how are we writing letters. Correct. Правильно. Д, Е, another Д, У. Oops. Okay, I don't have enough space for my дедушка. Ш, К, А, дедушка. Дедушка. Мой русский ужасный. Oh, я не согласна. I completely disagree. Lol. Because я не знаю, как ты звучишь, как ты говоришь, но пишешь ты очень хорошо и даже без ошибок. So your writing skills in the chat are, I would say, almost fluent. And I don't see any mistakes. Like with endings, the words, everything seems to be correct. Я звучу... Как? Русский человек. Потому что ты русский человек? Нет. So, what about this letter with letter R in the word как? Как ты пишешь букву А? Что-то я не поняла, как ты ее написал. Ты ее написал вот так, что ли? Ага, все, я поняла. Это просто она больше как в печатном издании. Такая вот А пишется. Поэтому я не люблю учебники, которые вот... ну ладно, не учебники, а в основном книги. Ну это же английские учебники, в которых вот букву A пишут вот таким вот образом, потому что обычно, чтобы легче писать, вот от руки, рукописное письмо, нужно писать ее вот так вот. То же самое и в русском языке. Ее и так пишут. И когда ты подготавливаешь какой-нибудь урок, там, презентацию, то нужно всегда смотреть на шрифт, чтобы была нормальная буква. или все капсом писать. Капслоком. А ты занимаешься пытался по учебникам заниматься или через YouTube? Так, тут не видно. It seems... I don't even know cursive. It seemed pointless to learn. Ну, в принципе, я согласна. Курсив, the cursive, you need it only for... Actually, if you live in Russia, the cursive is important because if you ask anyone for directions and maybe if you go to a doctor, you go to any governmental office, so there is a lot of bureaucracy, there are a lot of papers that you need, and there will be a lot of handwriting there. But otherwise, yeah, you don't need to. Я слушаю подкасты обычно, они очень полезные. Да, правильно. Я, кстати, сейчас we're going to finish our lesson today, but we're going to stay tuned and we're going to watch some videos in Russian and discuss how things are going. So I'm going to end the stream and rejoin in 1 second. So we're not going to spam the lessons. So see you in a